Hey all, after the disaster I documented in the last video with my copy of Weird Science, I decided I needed to pick up a new technique called leaf casting, and I'm going to explain what leaf casting is from this great book called Comic Book Conservation by Shelby Thompson and Paul Kosnick. And this is, you can get this on Amazon right now. This is basically the comic book conservation Bible at this point, and it's fantastic. In chapter 10, they go into leaf casting with the title, The Art and the Science of Leaf Casting and Conservation. And they explain leaf casting as an infill method used in paper conservation to repair areas of missing or weak paper and damaged documents, in our case, comic books. This technique involves the adding of paper pulp to make new paper in place of missing paper, carefully filling in voids to restore the structure and visual continuity of the original page. A goal of most conservators is to make pulp match the original paper in color, texture, strength, and weight. So, all that sounds kind of technical, I know, but essentially what it means is I'm going to make a liquid paper. I'm going to apply it. There's a number of different ways you can apply it, and some are more involved than others. Some require like a leaf casting table with vacuum suction and all kinds of fancy stuff like that. And I eventually want to get there and do all that, but right now I'm going to use a technique that's simplified, that was, in my opinion, perfected by Professor Peter Alachi. I'm sure other conservators have done similar things as Professor Peter, like Jerry the Jitterbug and whatnot, but Professor Peter, I think, has really got it down, and so I'm just kind of mimicking or riffing off of what he's doing, where essentially he's laying down sponges around the areas where he wants to leaf cast, and then he's using a piping system where he just kind of pipes the pulp into the area, into the voids, and then allows those areas to dry. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to practice first on a copy of a comic that is pretty beat up. I mean, really beat up. It's a Wonder Woman comic called Sensation Comics. And my copy of Sensation Comics had been completely chewed up by some sort of rodent or bugs or something, and it's a perfect candidate for this process. If I don't get it right, I'll just keep on doing it until I do. So join me as I try to figure out how to do this. Here's the furnish I'm going to use, the paper pulp with that's been chewed up and mixed up in this blender here. Okay, so I want to practice this leaf casting technique on this really beat Sensation Comics number 67. I'm going to do a method, the patent pending Professor Peter Alachi method, where you use sponges to draw up any water around an area that you're leaf casting. My furnish that I put together, it already has sizing in it, which will allow it to allow the paper to have a little bit of structure, and it has a little bit of formation aid in it, which will allow it to go down easier. As you can see, my main problem here, one of my main problems here, is that this wrap has extensive tear seals on it. I used Tengujo paper, Japanese paper, to hold everything in place as well as I could. But, you know, it still looks like a mess. So I'm going to have to float off a lot of this Tengojo paper. Looks like I'm pulling up some of the actual graphics with my Tengojo, which is definitely not something I want to do. So I'm going to be a lot more careful than I am being. I always feel like when I'm doing this, I'm working on hardest difficulty. Never start with an easy project. I'm always working on the hardest project I can think of. Oh well. Okay, so I removed as much of the Tengujo tear seals that I could. I'm gonna go ahead and try this. I've never done it before. I hope it's not a big disaster, but if it is, you get to see something disastrous on this channel. I'm gonna start with this big circle first. I tried to match up the pulp color a little bit. I'm not sure how good that worked, but I guess we'll find out. I didn't measure this out like Professor Peter usually does. I'm going by eye. I figured it'd just be easier for me for now. Maybe in the future I'll do direct measurements. I don't know if that's too thick or not. I'm concerned that it is. But we're gonna find out, I guess. Time to put this in the press. I'm not sure how good of a job I did, but I guess I'll find out when I take it out of my press. All right, it's out of the press. I did have a sneak peek, so I kind of know what it looks like. I don't know if it's a complete success or not. The color match is not perfect. All right, let's try this again. My concern is that you can't lay leaf casting on top of leaf casting. I don't know if that's possible, if that's not done, but I'm about to find out whether or not you can do that. Okay, I don't have a whole lot of hope for this one because of how much damage it experienced before I got it, and then after I applied tear seals to it, and then took away the tear seals, and then tried to leaf cast it. So it's been through a lot. It's been really rough. I don't expect it to look great, but we'll see what we got here, and hopefully it's not a complete loss. And it's not bad. I mean, it's bad, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. A lot of these creases in the cover, I could not get out. They got worse as I was working on the book. And I think I'm just gonna have to live with them. The leaf cast looks like it held up for the most part, although there's a little twisting up here. I don't know. Could have been way worse, maybe. I might go back over this book with a little handy-dandy iron here, just to get some more of these creases out. But it looks like it stayed together. I was expecting rips to occur along the spine, but it's not great. But it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. All right, well, thanks a lot.